2 Timothy is the last letter of Paul in the New Testament. What are Paul's last words? You know, Paul's last words are like the passing of a torch in the utter darkness of a dungeon. The days were dark during the horrific persecution under Nero. Paul was condemned to die, and he spent his last days in a terrible hole in solid rock known as the Mamertine prison. Even worse, Paul had been abandoned by virtually all his friends, who fled in fear for their lives. He was a caged lion in winter, alone at the end of a life of great suffering and great fruitfulness. His surroundings and circumstances could not have been more bleak and hopeless. And yet, Paul's final letter to Timothy is not a word of complaint. It is a word that speaks truthfully about his loneliness and the ugliness of his surroundings, boldly calling Timothy to be willing to suffer likewise for the great cause of the gospel of Jesus Christ. But what strikes me most about this letter is Paul's unshaken confidence. Paul has stood alone and yet never alone because Jesus Christ stood with him. Paul is facing death, and yet death is but a swing door to life for the one who believes the Lord of the resurrection. Paul knows whom he has believed, and he is confident that he is able to guard Paul's spirit unto the coming day of resurrection. Against such an ugly backdrop, against all that he can see, against all pessimistic human reasoning, Paul shouts a word of absolute confidence through the black hole of the Mamertine prison. His scribe must have marveled at the confidence of the man in the pit, calling out these final words: "The Lord will deliver me from every evil deed and will bring me safely to his heavenly kingdom. To him be the glory forever and ever. Amen. Amen and